Hey everybody, welcome back to my Pink Room of Doom. As always, hope you're doing well today. In this video, we're going to be talking about my new guitar, the LTD MH-100. So before we get into the video any further, I just want to kind of do the YouTube thing real quick. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you're subscribed. It really means the world to me. Make sure you click that bell notification, make sure you're notified when my videos go live. Also, you see my Instagram handle come across the bottom there. I do that in every video. If you want to go follow me on Instagram, I usually post pictures there. You can get some sneak peeks of some new gear that I got. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this guitar. So I got this guitar used, on Guitar Center used, obviously, for under 200 bucks, and it came with a fairly nice gig bag. I got it because I wanted like this shreddy type guitar with a Floyd Rose. The only other guitar that I've ever had with a Floyd Rose was the Epiphone Les Paul Nightfall, which I have a video on that if you want to go check that out. Just, I don't know, the single cut design with the Floyd Rose, it's not bad, it just was not really my flavor. Every other Floyd Rose guitar that I've played has been, you know, an S-type guitar. So I figured I'd go ahead and just own one, right? I wanted an LTD again. So I've had a couple of LTDs in my life and I've just traded them on just to, you know, kind of fund other purchases, not because they're bad or anything. I don't think I've ever really played a bad LTD. This is no exception. This is a great, great guitar. It's a 2002 model, which surprised me because this thing is in really, really good condition. It's also Korean made, so you know the quality is gonna be fairly nice. That's why I got it. I like to tell little stories about why I buy guitars, I guess, to justify my purchases. Not that I need to justify it to you guys, but you know, a little bit of personality in these videos is nice, right? So anyway, enough about me. Let's go ahead and talk about the specs of this thing. Then I'll get you guys a playing demo. Starting at the headstock here, ESP on the truss rod cover, LTD, showing that lovely, lovely brand name. Flipping over to the back, serial number, made in Korea, ESP branded tuning machines. Coming back to the front here, we have this little bar right here. If you don't know what that's for, it's to compensate some of the string tension and the string angle, rather, behind the locking nut here. Obviously got this locking nut. I need to change this. The previous owner, I guess, stripped it, stripped two of the screws. I think it's this first one and this last one, if I remember correctly. Either way, they're not that expensive to replace, so I'm gonna replace that. Working our way down to the fretboard here. It's a rosewood fretboard, looks really, really nice. 24 frets. I believe they're maybe medium jumbo. They're pretty big, pretty comfortable, so I'm gonna call them medium jumbo. Anyway, let's talk about the neck. The neck is not super thin. It's thin enough for, you know, the wheelie deedlies and the shreds and everything. It's kind of got like a satiny finish on it, so it's pretty comfortable. It's not sticky or anything, so it's pretty fast. Let's talk about these fret dot markers things here for a minute, these fret markers. Something I noticed on these is they're like this abalone kind of look to them. The other models, or the other versions of this model that I've seen, don't really have that. I don't know why this one does, but I really like it. And that's another reason that I bought this one in particular, because it looked cool, right? It also says MH-100 down here on the 12th fret, as customary with a lot of these LTDs. One thing about this neck, or this fretboard rather in particular, it's like it's got tape residue on it. I don't know why someone would have taped up this fretboard, but got to clean that off at some point, just in case you noticed that in any B-roll. That's what that is. So let's go ahead and talk about this body. As you can see, there's a lot going on down here. Let's go ahead and start with this beautiful color. It almost looks purpley in some lights, but it's this really deep, dark blue. Really, really like that. I don't know what the body's made out of, probably poplar. It's not very heavy, so it's pretty comfortable if you were gonna stand and play it. Speaking of comfortability while playing, there are two things about this that I really like, and it makes for a really, really good shred guitar all around. You notice here, you got this little carve, right? And that just helps you get access to the higher frets. And then also on the back here on the heel joint, you have a little carve here. So it's very, very comfortable up here on these upper frets. Two humbuckers, I think that they're just the ESP design humbuckers. I just don't think that they were labeling them. Usually down here, like where you'd see Seymour Duncan or whatever, it usually says ESP designed. They sound okay. They're pretty good. I'm probably going to change them at some point, but that was part of the reason I got this thing too, was to, you know, maybe upgrade the humbuckers to something cool. One volume, one tone, three-way switch. That's all you get. That's all you really need. Coming down to one of the biggest reasons why I got this thing, this floating trim. I don't know if it's technically a Floyd Rose. It could be like a Floyd Rose 1000. I don't know, which is like the lower end Floyd Rose. It says licensed under Floyd Rose patents. So it says Floyd Rose on it. So I don't know, it's a floating trim. It's actually really, really good, whatever it is. It holds tune. I mean, I've hammered this thing pretty hard and it holds. So, and it adjusts and everything. So that's, you know, a win-win in my book. Just flipping over to the back here, belly carve, again, added comfortability. ESP branded neck plate there. I do have the back cover for this. A lot of people like to keep them off. I think it looks kind of cool with it off. I usually put them back on, call me crazy, but that's the inside of the cavity if you're curious what a Floyd Rose looks like. Looks just like a regular like Strat kind of trim, right? Control cavity here with a big old sticker, which I can actually take this off. That's the original sticker on there. I didn't even notice that. Still got the plastic on there too. That's cool. But ESP inspected in the USA. So there you have it. LTD MH-100, very, very affordable shred type guitar with a floating trim. That's actually good. Usually in this price range, the trim system is what is a killer on these things. It's usually not very good. But again, this one seems to do its job, holds tune pretty well. So if you're looking for this style of guitar, or you want to play the type of music that's typically associated with this style of guitar, and you have a budget, I think that this is a really, really good option for you. So let's go ahead and get you guys a playing demo, then let's get some individual sounds.